So guys, I decided to stop off here because I remembered there's no public toilet out by Orutaiti. Well, not that I can remember of, but there's one just down there. But you obviously can't see it. And oh, it's clean enough inside, it's real clean. So I just decided to go there and
head north on Westview Grove, then make a U-turn.
There's my car right there.
In 150 metres, turn right onto Wilberforce Street.
And there's Seatown. There's the Seatown side, so that means I'm heading in the right direction. So, exit navigation.
Head north on Glams Avenue toward...
I said that I've only been there once before, because I have my go-to spots, but this one is like a half an hour drive away from where I stay, and the sun's coming out a bit. So that's good. As I said before, I had $19 until Wednesday, and Wednesday I'll save a couple of hundred. So right now I've got $250 in the savings, so I'll just save another $200 on Wednesday. 2 days time, or less than that now. I get paid at 1 o'clock Wednesday. Right now it's coming up to 5 p.m. on a Monday. So I decided to get one of these, 0 sugar. Zero sugar. So the thing is, signs. My theory about signs, like they say that if everything's going great, that's a sign that your future is going to be great. But then others say, when everything starts to fall apart, you just got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And plus, for one thing that I have noticed throughout my life, it doesn't mean it's I agree with it. So I'm just holding my eyes open because I can, I'll see my eyes, so it's my normal eyes. Do this. I'm gonna hold my eyes open to make me look normal. Right. That's how I kind of hold the eyes. So normal eyes. Yeah, the thing is I have been in many situations where it looked like everything was falling apart, but then it fell into place. But when it fell into place, I was living the same quality of life before it fell apart. And it basically just fell apart because people didn't like me. Wasn't anything I did or said. Because if you naturally are who you are, you can only put on an act for so long, right? So why put on an act, right? I've always been tried to be my true authentic self as much as humanly possible. But it'll be like, okay, so I'm going to be socially excluded, but you can't fire me based upon that and other things. And where I'm working at now, it's not the case because half of the management either have autism or ADHD, so that's helpful. So the thing is the other half don't. But the thing is I went when it's falling apart. Well, how come every time I was in like a situation, it fell apart, but then it would fall back into place again, as in like, I'd find myself somewhere else, but when it fell back into place again, I was always at a place that was giving me the same quality of life. Like the same pay grade or, same pay grade and just things like that. So a lot of people, they put the barriers in front of us because they think that we're incapable of doing jobs, or that it would be a shame if we're earning more than them because we're not supposed to be, because we're supposed to be lesser than. And one of the forms of personal value that people allocate to themselves is the amount of money they earn, but also these relationships Their money, who they know, um, what other people say about them, just things like, So for me, well, people always say negative things about me. So if they want to try and jump on the monkey ride, once I start becoming successful, and they were those types of people, I'd much rather them not be there, to be honest. And then there's, but then there's those who weren't like that, or aren't that type, who never were like that towards others, and they come across my life when I'm thriving. Once I start thriving and they come across my life. People say, "Oh, you're thriving now because you're thriving now because you have employment, you are independent." I'm like, yeah, but I know for a matter of fact that the only reason why people view it as that's thriving for us is because they expect a lot less of us, and there's all these barriers put in place because of their preconceived judgments, right? So once they tap out because of my persistence, I end up getting my needs met. Not to the point where I can give encouragement, I can give words of advice, and I can give company, but I'm not to the, if I was to, I don't have a woman, or, there's people I know, have there's chats online and the meetup groups we get to, and, that's helpful. And I've come to the realization that the majority of people don't have visitors coming around to visit them every week anyway. But you know what? I feel connected when I go to those groups. I feel connected and I feel heard. There are other groups I go to, or I went to in the past. I'm not saying that all groups were like this, but there was just groups I went to where it was like I would speak up, but it would basically be talking to a brick wall because they wouldn't even take in anything I said. So you just talk, and then it's like in one ear, out the other, right? Because some leader said it goes this way, so it's going to be this way, instead of, I can just be myself with these groups, when I meet up with them in person. It's one person I'm a bit suspicious about, because I was feeling like I was feeling that I was getting close to him, but then I was like, it should take months. It should take quite a while. But then, we chat, we hang out, and it's good. But when I message them, they barely. Then half the time they don't reply at all. So I just wait till the next time I see them, and then they'll message me after we see them next. But then the other half the time they'll message like 2 or 3 days later. And what they said to me was they have BPD. They even once, so yeah, but now it's like, well, is all the online stuff true? Is it, because I have autism and I have ADHD, but I don't have, I guess you could have said I would have had anxiety disorder when I was younger, as in like, I can go talk to people, but I had an expectation that friendships would last 2 to 3 months before they cut me off. But I always had, there'll be like 1 or 2 people where this friendship's going to last. But after like 2 or 3 years, it's probably going to be me putting in 2/3 of the effort and then putting in 1/3. And people can say, well, you know what, self-fulfilling prophecy, but they're not if that's been the story of your life. So, part 3 coming up.